Is it possible to quit your job to land 3 new clients and all of that in less than 3 months? Yes, it is possible. And that's exactly what we are going to cover in this video. I have a very special guest, Lien, to talk about it. But first, let me introduce myself. My name is Juliana Rabbi. I help professionals to land a dream remote job in 90 days. This is my YouTube channel, and every week I present a new video related to remote jobs, to career in general, job interviews, curriculum, all things career related. So go ahead right now, click the subscribe button, and we'll keep in contact through the channel. Lien, thank you very much for being here. I'm super happy to share your story. It's a beautiful and inspiring story. So thank you very much for your time today.
Hi, Juliana. It's my pleasure to be here.
Nice, nice. Do you want to start introducing yourself, please?
Okay. I'm Lien Vanneste, and as a digital marketing manager, I help companies improve their return on investment. I mostly do this through digital marketing, brand development, and web and social media content management. In my last 9-to-5 position, I worked as a full-time marketing manager at an architectural firm here in Cape Town. But currently I work on a freelance basis, and I thus work for several companies as a freelance digital marketing manager.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So many things happen in such a short period of time, right? Mm-hmm. I remember in November, last year, November 2020, when you hired my coaching services, because at that time you wanted to prepare to quit your job and to land your own business. So a lot of things happen in this time. And do you remember what motivated you to ask for help at that moment, 3-4 months ago?
Yes. So I was motivated to resign from my 9-to-5, mostly because I wanted to specialize more in what I was really passionate about. So at my 9-to-5, I kind of had a very wide variety of responsibilities, and it just made me feel as if I couldn't be like excellent at all of them. And wow. I just really wanted to specialize in what it is that I really enjoy doing and do that for several companies so that I could just get better and better at that, if that makes sense, because I just felt that a lot of the tasks or responsibilities that I was supposed to do at my previous job were just really demotivating me to be overall happy in my job. And yeah, I basically just wanted to eliminate those tasks and really specialize in what I really enjoy doing.
That's amazing, because so many people think about a career change as something like, I hate my job, I want to change completely, or I am unemployed, I need to look for another job. No, there are so many possibilities out there. So you like what you do, you like the digital marketing area, you have a lot of experience in this area, but there were some elements, some tasks in your job that you're not happy about. So you wanted to kind of upgrade your career, go to another level to be able to do more what you love and do less what you don't love. And that's amazing. So it's like refining and improving your career, even in the small details. That's good.
Yeah, exactly. That's actually, I really felt, I always used to tell people that I really love my job. Like, I was very passionate about my job. I really loved it. There was just certain things that almost prevented me at getting really better at what I was doing. So that's sort of what I wanted to achieve by resigning.
Yeah, that's amazing. And you did it, but at the beginning, were you afraid of something? Like, which was the main fear that you had when you start considering like, okay, I'm going to quit my job, I'm going to start my own business? Which was the fear that was kind of stopping you at the moment?
So my biggest fear mostly was to not have enough freelance clients, and because of that, not have enough financial stability. I think I always knew that it was sort of possible, but I was still, for some reason, really scared about that. And I actually think that that is a fear that a lot of people in full-time positions have. And I think it's one of the things that blocks a lot of people to actually leave their position, because at the end of the day, like, we need money, we need an income to survive. And it's very scary to think about potentially not having an income for a month or more. So yeah, I think definitely that was the main thing that was holding me back.
I remember I had the same fear when I finally decided to quit my full-time job and to work on my own business. This was the last thing that was keeping me in my job. So it's a very common fear. The thing is, what do you do with this fear? Because some people stay in the fear forever, and some people like you, they take a step and they find a way, an environment, they create that they can eventually, make the next step.
Actually, it's so sad to be held back just because of money, because it's not supposed to be that important, but at the end of the day, we just need it.
Yeah, but we were talking right before we hit the record button that now you're making more money than you're making before, right? So in less than 3 months already, the situation changed. So it is a real fear, not making enough money, but if you don't give it a try, you never know that maybe you can make even more money in a short period of time. So, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, so true, so true. Sometimes you only need like 1 or 2 extra clients to really like change your financial perspective, especially when you work on a freelance basis. And, like one client can be a big source of income for a long period of time. Yeah. So like your financial future can look very different in an instant, really, by just finding 1 or 2 clients. So yeah, it's really crazy, actually, what is possible. Are more confident.
In only 3 months, all of that happened in only 3 months. That's really nice. That's amazing. Which is the main transformation, Lien, that you faced in this process? So we start working together in November. We are now in March. We finished the process last month. So in the 3 months coaching process, which was the main transformation that you went through in this process?
Okay, so I really believe that because I went through the preparatory steps to resign from my job, I believe that I just felt way more confident to actually take the step. I just felt like I was prepared and I was ready and I felt confident. And I believe that that is the biggest transformation, or the biggest part of my transformation, or the most powerful part of my transformation. Because before that, I just never felt confident enough, just because I wasn't prepared to do it. Like I hadn't taken the necessary steps to actually do it.
Yeah. And that's interesting because you decided to set the base, create the steps, as you said, to feel more confident, to make this career transition. But there are people that decide to take a different path. Some people say, I'm going to resign from my job, and then later on, I'm going to figure out what to do. I'm going to come up with a plan later. And I think both options, they can work, but it's important that we decide what works better for us. Because in your case, if you didn't have the confidence, you wouldn't make the step. So for you, this transition, step by step, was necessary. Other people can do it like faster, and there is no right or wrong way. It's more like what works for me and what do I need in this process to speed up and to suffer less, because it can be painful, right? To stay like alone, thinking about that and the decisions and not making a move and feeling frustrated, and then you're not happy with your job anymore, and you want to build your business, but you don't make the transition. You remain in a situation that you don't like. So whatever is necessary to go ahead, go for it, like you did. You asked for help, and it was like, boom, super fast. Everything that unfolded right after, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, that was very fast, very fast. And how are you feeling?
And that was very surprising to me, honestly.
Yeah. So many things happen. How are you feeling, apart from surprising, about all the possibilities and the new things that are coming your way, new clients, new projects, and everything that comes with having your business and work as a freelancer?
I feel very excited. I feel like I have so many things to learn, but learning new things really excites me. So I'm overall very excited for the future.
Yeah. One thing I noticed in you is that you were always learning and improving yourself during the whole process. You never stop, attending courses and reading things and being curious about that. And that's a great approach to a career transition, even if you change from one job to another job, it's interesting, it's important that you're curious, that you're open to learn, that you are, alert to what the market needs, what this client needs, what this company is looking for, and be open to change and to improve, because the name says it's a career transition. So you are also transitioning, right? From one position to the other. So it's important to be open to whatever the process requires. And I have seen that all the time when you're like curious and open to learn and to improve yourself. That's a nice approach.
I actually think that is a consequence from working in the online space. I feel like when you work on the internet, you sort of always need to adapt, because so many things are always changing.
Yes.
There are so many things to learn. The space is so vast that there's so many things to learn. So it becomes like a general state of mind to always be learning something new.
Yeah. And that's a great comment, because people who want to land a remote job or working in their own business, it's a constant learning process, constant improvement. So there is no time off. It's not that I got the new job, I created my own company, that's it, I learned everything that I knew. No, things keep changing, and to be a good professional, you need to keep improving yourself, and hopefully you enjoy the process, right? Hopefully you are in your genius zone and you're like, oh, I'm thriving doing that. That's exactly what I want to do with my time. So hopefully the personal and professional development goes together with, learning and improving and enjoying the process.
Yes, exactly.
Nice. Do you remember when we started working in November last year, what made you choose working with me in the first place? I'm not sure if I ever asked you. So why did you choose me to work with?
So actually, I watched a presentation of yours on the Future Females Founders Club.
Yes.
And I just really enjoyed the presentation. I remember it was mostly focused on LinkedIn. I think it was about using LinkedIn to attract clients for your business or something like that.
Exactly.
Yes. And I just really enjoyed the presentation, and I felt like I could really trust your professional guidance. So I just contacted you. I was like, oh, wow, that's so interesting. I've never really worked much with LinkedIn. Like LinkedIn is one of those, I work with social media content management all the time, but like LinkedIn was one of those social media platforms, because it is a social media at the end of the day. It's one of those platforms that I just never really got into, that I never really managed to figure out. It was also just it was never a focus of mine. So I thought your presentation was so interesting, and I enjoyed watching it, and I wanted to start, transitioning to a freelance career. So I believed you were the right person to talk to, and I believed that I could do that using LinkedIn, like you suggested in the presentation. So yeah, that's basically why I contacted you. And I also think, that was obviously the initial reason why I decided to contact you. But then our conversation just felt very natural, and I felt like we had a good connection, which helped me to make the decision easier. Because I feel like at the end of the day, when you work with someone on a coaching basis, you really need to click. Like, you can't just work with anyone. There needs to be somewhat of a connection.
Yes.
And I felt like you were that person for
the
me.
click is really important from my side too.
Yes.
I also choose the clients I want to work with, because if I feel I cannot help the person, it's like I won't go for it. It's a waste of time for both parts. So there must be trust, and the click, as you said, for the coaching process to work. I totally agree.
Yeah, it's something that seems so silly, but I have that with all the professionals that I work with in a way. Like, from like my chiropractor to my, I don't know, like anyone you work with, really, and even all the clients that I've worked with, it's always because there is just the click. You feel like you will work together well, and it's something that is easily overlooked, but that I think is very important.
It makes a difference. And there are so many professionals out there, so it's good that we can choose ones that resonate with us for some reason, maybe the lifestyle, maybe the approach, maybe even the tone of voice or a similar path. So it's good to be able to choose, and it's important to make the click between the coach and the coachee, so the process happens much faster. Yeah.
Yes, I 100% agree. Exactly like you say, there's so many professionals out there in every single profession. And at the end of the day, anyone's like final decision to actually work with the one or the other is usually like a personal aspect. It's never like
something that I like.
Yes, it's never like, oh, this person has a degree from Harvard and not from Yale, whatever. And therefore, I think they're superior. It's usually really a personal connection. So that's also why it's important to just like in your marketing material to shine through your personality, I believe. I always say that to people that I work with.
And you know that because you're a marketing specialist. But I agree with you. When we show ourselves the way we are, we attract the right people, and that applies for clients, that applies for the kind of company we want to work with. So showing who you are, talking about the kind of topics you like to talk about, the kind of clients you want to work with, that's the way to attract the right people to you. I can imagine that there are people watching this video and they are thinking like, well, you know, her case is different because she works in this area. It was easier for her. She already decided to quit the job. So I can imagine that people are right now inside their brains like, I'm still hesitant. Her case is not the same as mine and all of that. So which would be your final tip for people that are, you know, unhappy with their jobs, with their career? It doesn't matter in which step they are, but they are not happy with their situation now. And because you have been recently through a major career change, which is your tip for those people who are watching us and not really happy with their current situation?
Okay, so I really believe that the first thing that you need to do is to determine the kind of life and career you want to live or have, or basically the kind of life that you want to live. You need to determine that first, and then take the necessary steps bit by bit to work towards that, because it's not something that will happen overnight. You can't like expect to resign your job today and have, you know, a full-fledged freelance career tomorrow. It's really something
not real.
That it's just not possible, you know. You just like with everything, you need to make a plan if you want to reach a specific goal. And I feel that the first step of that plan is to determine what it is that you want, because you can't also say, oh, I want to resign, but because I want to do something else, but I don't really know what it is that I want to do. I actually had a conversation with someone who's very unhappy in his career recently, and he really explained to me that he's unhappy in his career, but he has no idea what it is that he wants to do. Like someone like that, you can't actually say, okay, you should resign and then you'll figure out what it is that you want to do. I think you then really just need to set time apart every single day to figure out what it is that you want to do, then start taking the necessary steps to work towards that, and then you will definitely get there, you know. But it just takes small efforts over a period of time. And I feel that, you know, especially in our collaboration, working together was basically part of that preparation program. It was like the last step in that preparation program, because I had been taking steps sort of over the last year to work closer towards that, but really making the last like solid steps before resigning. I feel that it really helped to work together with you as a career coach, to reach that goal.
Amazing. That brings a lot of hope to the one watching us. So it's okay if you don't know what to do next. It's okay. There is a way to get there. There is a way to figure out. And the more confident you feel when you make a career change decision, the better, because it's like you're enjoying the process, you know you're going towards the right direction, and you're respecting your feeling, your times, and all of that. Yeah, very good, very good. Thanks for sharing all of that. I'm so happy to, you know, be part of this process. I'm celebrating each one of your victories, and you definitely keep in contact. I want to keep know about more clients and more things that are going on your side. Thank you very much for your time and for being here in the YouTube channel.
Pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So if you like this video, remember to follow the channel, because every week there is a new video with other amazing people like Lien sharing successful stories, or myself sharing my knowledge here on this channel. Thank you.